Lagers, Pilsners, India Pale Ales, Double IPAs, Doppelbocks, Belgian Goldens. That's right, it's all here on another round of Brewsday Tuesday. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
All right, so yours sounds like that. Mine, I'm not going to lift up to the microphone because I'm too scared to. I'm going to lower it down.
It's got some heft to it.
See if this makes any noise. I don't know.
Shh.
You ruined it. Oh,
It made some noise.
It hissed a little bit. So it is Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you once again by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg, which is where your beer and my beer came from. Although I'm calling it audible. I have here Alewerks Cellar Select, the Black Forest Imperial Chocolate Stout, aged with cherries. However, I'm calling an audible, and I'm going to save this because I was lucky enough to acquire a growler fill of another Alewerks 9% ABV beer from the March of Ales that we went to this past weekend. So this is the Alewerks Bourbon Barrel Porter. And it says right here, predominant oak and vanilla notes blend well with this rich milk chocolate aromatics, rich flavors of coffee, chocolate, caramelized sugar, hints of bourbon, coat the palate, and are extremely smooth drinking. This one is 9% ABV, and this was the beer I was most looking forward to trying at the event. And luckily enough, when your wife is the one over there pouring the special beers, and she's on the cleanup crew and realizes that there's a little bit left in the keg, and you're smart enough that you carry a growler in your car for such occasions when you never know when you're going to need one, I was able to walk away with a growler fill of it.
First of all, I need to start doing that, just carrying a growler with me.
Always keep a growler in the trunk of your,
that should be in your emergency roadside kit.
Here's the thing. If you're a craft beer drinker, you have no shortage of growlers. I have way too many it's unnecessary how many growlers I
was
have.
Say when we
might
moved,
as well.
I got rid of like 6 and I still have like 12.
Yeah. So keep a couple in your car, in the trunk of your car. You never know when you're going to need them. It's just good rule of thumb.
And I've learned that, but the one you've got there is particularly interesting because, well, first of all, that was one of their special hours.
Yeah.
And
it was the last one, the nightcap.
It's beautiful.
It was delicious.
The whole event was awesome. But
yeah, and we'll delve into it. But you got, you got your beer too as well.
Yeah, I've got the Southern Tier Brewing Company Peanut Butter Cup Imperial Stout, 10% ABV. And well, if you like Reese's, they can't say it on the label, but let's be honest here. When you draw a peanut butter cup like that, there's no wrong way to drink a Reese's.
Does it say right in there that they're using peanut butter cups in that beer?
Peanut butter cup showcases notes of smooth, creamy peanut butter alongside bittersweet chocolate malts and milk sugar, resulting in a delicious anytime treat that tastes just like your favorite candy. So they're skirting the line.
So you do want it, because, in fact, most recently I had a beer from Prairie Artisan called Tiny S's, and it says made with candy, and they do everything to say this is a Skittles beer. As soon as you taste it, it's literally liquid Skittles.
Looking at the color, we know what they used.
But that's you can only, unless it's a collab, which I think most candy aren't trying to get in the beer business and do a collaboration, although they probably should. But Hershey's has, I suppose. But I think you just sort of got to rock that fine line of, but we can't outright say
what's in there, but we can't explicitly say it. We can confirm it definitely does or does not have peanut butter cups in it.
Yeah. So March of Ales, fun event. You got to come out. I had some other friends come out. I also had some fans of the show out there. So thanks again for everybody coming and joining and supporting some great local charities and the Blacksburg Juniors Women Club. Shout out to Rebecca and all them for having us out there, and it was a good time, man. The live auction, I did not get I was quickly, I would say
Oh my
outbid,
gosh.
but I didn't even get a chance to bid. It immediately jumped up to well
It
out of my
went,
price
like-
range instantly. I was like, all right, well, that was short lived.
The person who won that like has never been to an auction before because he immediately like highballed it.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, that was the other thing. He didn't have did he have a starting bid, or did the guy just come out right and say like $500?
The
And
guy
then it was
started at
$1,000,
and then
it
like
was $1,500. I'm
he-
like, all right, well, that's
he
so much.
shouted loudly 1,500, and I was like, okay,
Yeah,
this is how we're doing it.
I mean,
and then
you
the rest of
can
the
do it that
items
way,
did.
yeah. Yeah, but
But-
that was certainly, yeah. I knew I wasn't gonna get that bottle.
Hey, I won some stuff, not a table, not beer,
Yeah,
but I did win some stuff.
I did throw. So I ended up throwing. I think we spent $60 or $80 on raffle tickets, and the bulk of those went on the beer table. Unfortunately, did not get that. I threw one ticket into the wine
I
table.
really,
wish, at least.
I really wish you had won the.
I was
wine
like, how
table.
sweet would it be if I won the wine table with one ticket? And when I know, like, my mom alone put like $60 in there, but it was a lot of wine, a lot of beer. The gift card grab. Did you get to take advantage of that?
I did not.
Oh man, see, and you were there early. You got out there when
I
we
walked
did.
in right behind you.
I
but
heard that was one of the benefits of getting there early, is because those are always going quick. But for $20 or like 5 raffle tickets or whatever, they just had this setup of a bunch of different just blank envelopes, and and it's just local businesses, and that you'll get at least $20 worth of gift card value. So we got $20 to Cabo Fish Taco and $25 in DoorDash for $20. So I was like, that's definitely a win.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%. And of course, you guys were all opening your gift cards. We're sitting at the table, and I'm like, how the hell I walked in right behind him. How did I miss this?
yeah, I should have sent you back together, because that was definitely a sweet little thing. that
I'm
they did.
happy with what I walked away with.
Well, yeah. So you got, which I wish I was in the market for it, because I was like, well, that's pretty sweet. It was like a pendant light, right?
Yeah, it's a light fixture. It's pendant lights, and it's kind of like a long form. I don't know exactly what the name for them is, but we've got this old, like, it predates track lighting in our kitchen, and you can't find the bulbs anywhere. And I've been dying, just absolutely dying to replace it, because it started with 6 lights and 3 of them have died, and you can only put so much electrical tape on things and rebuild plastic so much because it rots. So I wanted an actual permanent, honest to God light fixture, and looking through the silent auction items, I found one, and I found one heck of a bargain.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you were like, you had mentioned, you said, well, we could probably use that. Let me keep an eye on that and see, because this was the silent auction, just kind of, and then I guess towards the end of the night, you're like, well, hey, this I could probably throw my hat into the ring on this one, and then you walked away with it, a steal of a deal. That's awesome, man. And that with the power washer, I'm like, man, I wish I was in the market for either of these.
Yeah,
because I'm sure you could just get a great,
seriously,
yeah,
it's incredible. I'm super excited to install it. But now, like, once we got home and the wife kind of sobered up, are you sure you don't want that to go in the bar area? You worked so hard for it. And I was like,
that could work well over. the bar area.
but really bought that as a kitchen piece.
Pendant lights over well, you do have the island,
Yeah, that's
So
what
I
I
could-
was thinking.
but the pendant lights over the bar would make
look
sense
cool.
as well. All right. Well, now you got to think about that.
Yeah, so like that's where we're standing. So they haven't been installed yet,
But that wasn't the only thing you walked away with. I was
That's
happy to say, so I was there with my BB. She was pouring beer and stuff, so she was working for half the event. But my mom came out, my sister-in-law, her mother as well. So we all got a table together. So I know that mom had donated a couple things, one of which was a longer 4th of July, like longer burger basket that was in this big 4th of July kind of deal where, I mean, you could tell us what's all in it, because it was happy to tell her that you actually ended up winning that. So she got her her basket that she donated.
The basket alone was well worth it. The wife's very excited about the basket. Now,
It is a nice quality.
I
longer
do
burger
love
basket.
the basket. There's these cool. So when I was unpacking everything at home, it's got these cool little trays, and on the label it says corn trays, corn cob trays.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But on the bottom of the actual like tray, it says chili dogs. So we had to have a whole
Very
conversation
versatile
about
of
how,
which one you want it
you
to
can't
be.
be putting corn cobs in my chili dog trays. 6-pack of some delicious cane sugar soda. We got 2 of the Doritos orange, 2 Jones berry sodas, and 2 melon sodas from Jones as well. Ketchup, mustard,
Of course,
and
of course.
you need those for a 4th of July cookout. But possibly the thing that like I didn't realize until after we'd already taken it home, a long way growler and a long way gift card. So
Well, that works out pretty good.
I'm ready for 4th of July.
Well, not only that, but are you forgetting? Didn't you say that it
There's
came
a
with the
toaster for hot
toaster, the
dogs.
hot dog toaster, which you apparently already had one. I didn't know that existed, but then you said that you already have one.
Yeah, the toaster, I did give that to the in-laws in
Okay,
exchange
good.
for them babysitting the kids. I was
Okay,
like, here,
good.
you have a
I was
have a
gonna
hot
say, if
dog
you need a
toaster.
home for that, Mom did mention, she's like, this could actually be pretty good. That's pretty cool. I didn't know about that. I was just like, well, said they already had one, so you can. But
They're
yes,
pretty handy.
I'm glad that you didn't. I was gonna say you can definitely rehome that toaster easily because I was like, that's a pretty cool.
I
thing.
will 110% say the basket is what sold us.
Well, there you go, Mom. Thank you.
Cindy said,
basket.
like, we need the basket. And I was like, all right, well, the rest of the stuff can definitely be used.
You can't go wrong with the high quality longer burger basket. No doubt about it. But no, I don't know the final count. I know that Kirsty said that I think they're going to have a meeting next week and they'll go over, if they reach their $20,000 goal or whatever. But I feel like they were right there. They had the gauge, and it looked like they were pretty close. So I would hope and imagine that they reached their goal.
Everything was so well executed. Everyone seemed so happy. Like it was
Such a good food was great.
Yeah, heavy hors d'oeuvres. We've got to work on the definition of hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah,
because we ate.
I wish I had came a little hungrier too.
I ate there.
The spread was great,
but the spread was phenomenal.
And the king cake, I didn't
find a baby.
Well, another good thing about when your wife's on the thing and doing the little cleanup crew, she came back the next morning with some king cake, and we had that for dessert after that brunch.
Did you find a baby?
2 babies. We had 2 babies in that king cake. So there were babies in the king cake, but I didn't see one that night, but they were there.
Everything was so well done. And
it was a lot of fun.
Such a good time.
So thanks again to the Blacksburg Junior Women's Club for putting that on. And hopefully you guys meet your goal and raise some money for some good charities. I know they're doing a lot of cool stuff over there. So and thanks again for having us. I mean, it was just such a fun event to be a part of.
And this is not their last thing for the year. They've got stuff they're always trying to do for the community.
Of course, yeah.
So make sure to follow them on social,
on
the internet.
Yep. No diggity. So the beer. Oh yeah, and the beer was good. I mean, I was waiting on this.
We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, I forgot about that. The Citravana was probably what I drank the most of during that happy hour because that was the beer. I mean, there was what was the other hazy?
Cosmic Days.
That was
which I was quite a bit of.
I was drinking a good bit of that, waiting for the Citravana to get on tap. But I do think I like the Citravana better. That was just so good.
Citravana is good. I had some cider, and Busky RVA doing it up well. It's not like you're when you go to get like a Bold Rock, which is loaded down with like extra sugar. They don't add sugar. It's just like a straight crisp cider.
Yeah, I do like that about ciders. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even go to do this cider route. Well, it took me longer than I probably should have to realize that there were more taps on that side of the room. I was just looking at the haze because I was like, this is one, and then of course BB was stationed at the specialty ones. And then I was just like, well, I remember there was more beers on the list. And then I look over, I was like, oh, they're over there. But
JH Bards was also out there. They were making cocktails.
Yeah.
They had a delicious peach cocktail.
And that's another thing that came up. I need to go to their, I still haven't been to the little cocktail lounge. And I think they're moving soon.
I was say they're closing, so we should probably.
Do we know when do we have a date on that?
I think it's at the end of this month.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
don't believe I am.
So like tomorrow, basically. Like,
Yeah.
all right, well, shoot. Well, all right, we need to make a road trip then, or we need. Hey, what are you doing after? What are you doing after the show? You want to just keep this party going?
Let's roll.
So, I did have to call it all again. I had another beer I was planning on drinking with this show, but I had to call an audible because I had this growler of delicious beer that somewhat fits the span, and it needs to get drank. So, as everybody knows, with the growler rule, you only want to sit on a growler of beer for so long. So this is already, let's see, the event was Saturday night. I may have filled this up technically Sunday morning at that time because we closed it down, dude. We were the last to leave basically. And so yeah, so it's already sitting on like 2-3 days. So I wanted to get this going, which by the way, this is an interesting growler. It's shaped like a keg, and it doesn't say the ounces on it. So I'm not 100% sure if it's a 32 ounce, 64 ounce, or what.
Okay, that is not 64 ounces.
You don't think so? So you think this is a 32?
I think it's 32.
Okay, so then there's another full pour in here for you. I guess that can be our gauge and our measure on it. Honestly, I think you'd be surprised. I want to say I checked, and I think it is a 64.
I'm bad at math, so.
And I've been able to get away with saying I don't know, and then they charge me for a 32, and I get a 60. I don't know. I really am not sure.
But this is so bad at math.
This is a sweet, sweet growler. I do love it dearly. I think
beautiful.
You might be right. It might be 32. No, I think it's 64, dude.
Well, we're gonna have to figure that out.
It is. I'll go ahead and give a plug. Damascus Brewery. Adam, you would know. Can you message me? Is this a 64 ounce? I think it is. I really think it is. So that means we got 2 beers of this each that we're gonna have to drink.
And then we've got
and then go to JH Bars. So it's gonna be a long day. So we got to wrap this up. This beer is delicious. I gave it a 5 at the event. It definitely holds true. I also want to give a shout out to the German Club fellas that were pouring the beer. Very excellent. So big ups on them. But yes, this beer is delicious. Alewerks has a lot of good, tasty, big beers. What about the peanut butter cup over there?
See, I've had a little taste of that beer, and I'm hard pressed to compare things. So we're gonna just do this as an entirely separate category for
apples and orange. I mean, this is a porter versus stout.
Bottled peanut butter cup imperial stout. This is a 5. It's smooth. It's delicious. You kind of get like, when you eat a Reese's peanut butter cup, kind of have that like little salty, lingering thing going on your tongue. You've got that. You've got the chocolate. It's sweet. It's smooth. It's drinkable. It's a 5.
Delicious.
100%.
Awesome. Well, I'm not 100% sure what we're doing next week. I have a lead. We may have a special guest.
Ooh.
We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to work on that, and then hopefully we'll find out by the weekend when we start teasing Brewsday Tuesday. But thank you so much for listening. DreZ Drinks is my handle on Untapped and all that good stuff. Big Nate Danger across from me. I know we often forget that plug-in and whatnot, but that's a wrap on Brewsday Tuesday. We'll be drinking beers again next week. We'll take a quick break, and we'll get back with the tunes right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.